Greetings, and welcome back to Kyle's Variety Show every Thursday, 9 p.m. You'll find me down here, the River West Film and Video Store. What a great jewel this is for our city. What a wonderful place. Come on down to River West Film and Video, folks. Pick yourself up a video. You can come chat with me or any of the host of the programs we have here. You got Elmo, entertain you. Well, it's my job to entertain you tonight. Had a lot of requests to talk about Venus. As a matter of fact, it's a topic that's so important that I don't have enough time to cover it tonight. I'm going to be in kind of a hurry to get out of here, so I thought I would come back to Venus next week. And in the meantime, I still didn't know what to do, so I went down in the basement and I went into a dusty old box, and I picked up a journal from 1996. That was when I was 16 years old, 17 years old, and paged through it just a little bit. Handwriting has definitely not improved over the years, but I'd like to read some of the passages tonight. But first, a word from our very first sponsor at Kyle's Variety Show. It is from the dawning of the Age of Aquarius Landscape and Design. That's right, Age of Aquarius Landscape and Design. They'll be coming out to your house, doing a free consultation of any landscaping work that you want to do, and throwing a tomato plant, as well as the cheapest yard cutting in town, 100% eco-friendly, folks. We're talking no emissions, no gasoline used whatsoever. Well, what else will they do? What else will Age of Aquarius Landscape and Design do for you? Just about anything at all. As a matter of fact, I saw the owner just yesterday going around and collecting some seeds of grass, prairie grass, that he can throw down in a dirty spot that doesn't have any grass in it. Lots of stuff. He'll even taste your soil, make sure it is up to standard soil tasting. Pick up your dog poop. There's nothing that Age of Aquarius Landscape and Design will not do for you, folks. Give them a call today. 317-919-8033. Now, I know Age of Aquarius Landscape and Design gave me tons of money to plug them tonight. I'm talking tons of money, folks. And they had already a jingle. As a matter of fact, they bought the rights to the song Age of Aquarius. But I said, hey, you know, I'm a songwriter. I'm a jingle operator. Let me see if I can take that song, adapt it a little bit, free of charge. And they said, that's great. Once you get a recording of it, send it over to our attorney team. We'll call the judge in the middle of the night and wake him up if we need to get a copyright, whatever. I said, well, that's cool, but let me just sing it a little bit tonight before I do all the legwork. All right. Now, the backstory of this jingle is, as the owner of Age of Aquarius Landscape and Design, that's Age of Aquarius Landscape and Design, was cutting a lawn last year. He was telling me he was cutting a lawn, a huge lawn, it was about an acre, in a circular design. A circular design from the outside perimeter towards the center, towards the nucleus. So the circle is getting smaller and smaller, not bigger and bigger, if you could picture that. And every time he would come around this one spot in the yard, there would be a toad in the grass, and the toad would jump from the fresh cut grass into the higher grass constantly. So every time the owner of Aquarius Landscape and Design, great guy, came to this spot again, there would be the toad jump into the higher grass, and he was constantly afraid that he would run him over. Finally, he shut off the lawnmower, went out to the grass, shoot him out into the tree line, and I was actually able to contact that frog and ask him if he would come down to the studio tonight and help me sing the new jingle for Age of Aquarius Landscape and Design. And here's the frog. Welcome to Kyle's Variety Show, Mr. Frog. I'm glad to see you're still alive after all those terrible, frightening, near-death experiences that you had.
Oh, it's good to be here. Thank you.
So I hear that you want to sing the lead part for the new jingle that I wrote. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
All right, well, go ahead.
Thank you. A one, a two, a 1, 2. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Landscape and design. Call today.
What's the number again, Mr. Frog, that Age of Aquarius Landscape and Design saved by not running him over with a lawnmower?
The number is 317-919-8033.
All right, thanks a lot, Frog. It's great. I'm glad you're still alive. Anyway, moving on to the show today. We got a couple of poems and writings from my journal, 1996, that I'd like to share. 1996, I was 16 years old, I believe. Couple haikus. There's one, I think this is an angsty, I don't want to do the chores kind of haiku. It was dated in November 1st. It's called November. A new month has come to cover up what is dead if the leaves aren't raked. Yep, that's some insightful haikus. I got a piece here on my first time I went to Prophets Rock, which I just went to the other day with my friends on the way back from Indiana. I showed them. I'll come back to that though. I just turned to a page called My Goals. This is from November 1996. My goals. 16 years old, and the first one is skydive. I'd like to say I have absolutely no interest in skydiving at all, and I don't know who wrote this at all. The second one says, see the symphony in Oslo. And I think that's kind of interesting because as the Midwest Beat, my band is preparing to go back to Europe, I had mentioned how badly I want to play in Oslo. And I thought this was kind of a new, something that I really wanted to do is go to Oslo because meeting some friends from Norway and just learning about having Norway just crossed my mind. And so I'm really surprised to see this here because I had no memory of liking Oslo when I was 16 years old. I thought this was a new interest of mine. So that's pretty interesting. See the symphony in Oslo, which could happen in October. The only thing that I could think of why I wrote that is maybe because I had some records from Beethoven or something like that were recorded like the Oslo Symphony. Anyway. Playing a band again. I can check that one off. I got that one. Be a mayor. I'm going to put a check next to this one because although I'm not a mayor or ever will be, I don't know, maybe I will, maybe. But I did run for alderman when I was living in Green Bay. So I'm going to put a check next to be a mayor. Publish a book. Not done yet. Go to Tibet, France, Ireland, and see as much of the world as you can. That's cool. I've been to France. I haven't been to Tibet. Probably Ireland kind of doesn't sound as cool as it used to me, but whatever. We'll get there eventually. Go up in outer space. I'm gonna put a check next to that one because it's a real general kind of topic. So I'm going to put a check next to go up in outer space. Be a fireman. I'm going to put a check next to this one because as my house was burning down when I was 20 years old, I thought that the firemen were being really lazy. It was like a 90-degree day, and they were kind of they came out of the house. It looked like it was still smoking and on fire, and they were just kind of drinking Gatorade outside and wiping their brow, and they were hot, I'm sure. But I was like, come on, guys, house is burning down. So I actually grabbed one of the hoses and actually dragged it from the truck to the house because I saw that this job had been started and not yet completed. So I'm going to put a check next to that. Be a fireman. Score another touchdown. I'm going to put a check next to that because that has certainly happened. I score touchdowns all the time. Master an instrument. Still haven't done that, so I'm gonna leave that one blank. Remember to be mindful of every breath. I'm gonna leave that one blank because I definitely have not done that. Go to the World Cup. That's pretty interesting. 16-year-old Kyle. Live by lots of water. That's something I've always managed to do. Go on a date with Becca Roman. Becca Roman, if you're listening out there, 16-year-old me wants to go on a date with you, and it's on my goals list. I don't think that'll ever happen. Dive under the sea. Check. Got that. So yeah, moving on to some more 16-year-old notes here. Let's see what I got. Oh boy, there's this awful poem about Lake Superior from the eyes of a kid that had just been heartbroken. And there's some illustrations. I don't know who the girl was. She broke my heart. And it's called The Night Lake Superior Turned Black. I'm not even going to read it. It looks awful. The waves continue to roll. The sea turned black. Oh, God. Oh, yuck. All right. Here we go. Here's a more positive one. The next page. Milk tastes better with bubbles. 12/5/1996. Milk tastes better with bubbles. Probably a reference to blowing bubbles in your milk with a straw before you drink it. All right, here we go. Life is best when you live it. Frogs sound funny when they ribbit. Driftwood makes a good shovel. Milk tastes better with bubbles. Jumping off waterfalls is a rush. There's always crazy people on the bus, and blowing out candles can be hard. Money looks great in a card. The sunset has always been pretty. Only bright stars show up in the city. Hard liquor makes you feel warm. It's fun to dance and sing in a storm. New socks are best on a waxed floor. I wake up in class when I snore. The water isn't as cold as if you dive. A band sounds way better live. Clothes feel best right out of the dryer. Anything can be used as a speaker wire. The best supermarkets give free samples. Children learn best by example. Beer tastes gross when you're 6. Bicycles are easy to fix. A sandcastle isn't done till you kick it. Life is best when you live it. That's an old one. Well, I'm noticing now, even though I don't remember a lot of things about being 16, that seems like I've always been happy. Here we go. Here's one. Back in I'm a teenager and I'm really getting into Zen, Buddhism, and meditation. So here's one called I Am Me. I am me, living from day to day at all costs, living moment to moment while this moment dies, intoxicated by the beauty of the moment. It's not the same from now on. I am me, not attached to me, seeing the impermanence of this instant. I am not me anymore. And because I was in French class, I translated this poem into French, a language which I used to know and no longer know. I don't even know if I could read it, but I'm going to try. So, that same poem in French. Je suis moi. Je suis moi. Vivre au jour le jour, au trop prix. Vivre un instant l'instant, avant que l'instant crever, si grisser de beau à l'heure actuelle. Ce n'est pas pour elle de sormai. Je suis moi. Je suis moi. Ne tenir à moi pas. Faire en sorte n'en permanence pas. D'instant. Je ne suis moi pas de maintenant. Great. Good job. A plus for your French. Homework, 16-year-old me. What a shame I don't know that language anymore. Be lamps unto yourself. Buddha wrote that. And then there's a nice little illustration of a lamp. Yeah, all right. This is pretty bad. Let's see. Oh, here's another. There's another Buddhist vow dated 2/7/1996. This is the day before my birthday. Kyle's vow to the world. May I let go of the world and cling not to the jewels of suffering. May I feel the wind of desire blow past me and exhale its toxic air. May I liberate myself from the bondage of yearning and find enlightenment that, of this moment until its very last, is absolutely available. May I see the truths in all, not with my eyes and not with my mind, but with all of the universe, and walk through the middle. May I sacrifice all that I have for the benefit of everything, that my actions may spare the pain of humanity momentarily. May I recognize the impermanence in all things. May I live every dying moment to its death. May I see the beauty in all things. May my heart run over with compassion and spill upon everything about. May everyone that contacts me be benefited, and wisdom never be lost from the world. May I be an infant unto the world, a block of granite, smooth and unchipped, and be enlightened unto every moment, until my last, letting go without a blindfold of desire. For it is the music that dances with our ears, and the sunset that loves our eyes. It is the drops from our showers consuming up all the senses and replenishing our purity. May there be an end to the suffering of the world, and let us all rejoice in the glory and perfection of this moment. Yep. 16 years old. That's my vow. All right. The day before I guess I became a man, learned a thing. There we go. Oh yeah, here's one. This one depicts my my love for grunge music, and my thoughts of 16-year-old, what it would be like to die. 2/12/96. My favorite shirt is the title of this one. If the day shall soon come where I cannot see the light, and I fall down into the cave's arms, who I've been crying all my life, I'd like to see myself in heaven with this flannel on. Tears and blood stains shelter from the rain, and right now my chest upon. It's faded and purple and green, mean the world to me. One missing button you can hardly see. I think that's the refrain. All right. Victories and defeats, other smiles, other weeps. Many years the story is told. Emergency room, relationships of doom, and still the first thing that I fold. What a chilly night. Loneliness I fight. I lay my head down with a sigh. My favorite shirt. We're never inert. It must be a reference to the chemistry class I was in at the time. It lays me to sleep a peaceful night. Yep. I wonder what happened to that shirt. I remember it though. It was a flannel with purple and green in it. purple and green mean the world to me. One missing button you can hardly see. That's right, I described. And anyway, I had when I had a really bad accident once when I cut my hand, and I was wearing that shirt and I wrapped it around my hand, and it was covered with so much blood, but I never did want to get rid of it because it meant the world to me. I wanted to be buried in it, you see, up in heaven with that shirt on. All right, I think I'm gonna read one more, and then I'm just gonna get out of here. So, we'll wrap it up early tonight with a history lesson. It's topical to me because it's about Prophets Rock, this place that I enjoy very much. It's a very kind of like a secret kept off of the highway in Indiana. And if I had my way, I can just go on and on and on and on about this place forever. But I recently stopped there on my way back, and as I was coming across this journal, one of my first entries in it was the time that I first went there. And I wrote down how I felt. And so I guess I'd like to share that. And I write, on November 7th, 1811, the Shawnee gathered at Prophet's Rock to prepare to invade American forces led by Prophet. The defeat of the Indians crushed the hopes of Tecumseh to build a Native American confederacy and perhaps disrupted the harmony of man and nature forever. Such insight, and I learned a lot more about that over the years. I even wrote a song, which is probably my favorite song to sing, about this topic, and the divide between man and nature, a concept that I was just beginning to explore at a young age. I go on to write, the Battle of Tippecanoe. I learned a lot today. The battlefield of Tippecanoe is where I spent my day. There was a very spiritual aspect to think that wherever I may step, a man could have died. A white soldier just sent to the territories. He had a wife and kids. He lived on the East Coast. He was sent to exterminate the Indians under the command of William Henry Harrison. A 19-year-old brave Shawnee warrior with a love so beautiful in his mind as he dies. He feels that his people are confused when Tecumseh is away. The whites have come to kill him, but he can't help to follow the irrational and fiery brother of the chief to his doom. Texwana, a.k.a. the Prophet. I found many metaphors for my life today. I felt the ghostly past almost 189 years ago today. Many people died bravely. That was on November 7th. I wrote that. So, it's followed up with a poem about going to Prophet's Rock and leaving my cup of coffee at the beginning of the trail, and then when I leave the trail again, getting my cup of coffee back. It's a pretty shitty poem. I'm just gonna say that right now. But anyway, Prophet's Rock. If you don't know where it is, you should ask me. I'll tell you. It's a really cool place. But it's near Battleground, Indiana. Get a chance to check that out sometime. Walk around the trails. Go to the oldest swimming pool in Indiana while you're at it in Battleground. As for tonight, it is time to wrap things up. I got to go down to the Cactus Club, and I think you should too. There's a bunch of great bands playing, including Pierced Arrows. This band is so amazing and inspiring. They are so incredibly sufficient. Their story, if it's not worthy of admission alone, their music definitely will be. Get to know Pierced Arrows tonight at Cactus Club, folks. As for me, this is Kyle's Variety Show, signing off early. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in for Age of Aquarius Landscape and Design. and River West Film and Video. Come on down and rent a video in the heart of River West, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, USA, Earth, Milky Way. And for next week, folks, signing off, Kyle's Variety Show. We got a new outro theme this week. I'm going to hit it on the way out.